Welcome back, troglodytes, to the Trogly's Guitar Show. Epiphone as a brand has really started to pique my interest lately. From the release of many interesting signature models and a general curiosity of what else might be out there, I'm releasing a new series starting today called Epiphone Edventure. Yes, I know how to spell adventure, but this is an educational adventure into Epiphone guitars. This series will kind of be a blend between Trade Tuesday and reviews and demos because I plan to trade around all the Epiphones. This way we can get in-depth reviews of guitars that you normally don't. But starting this series off, let's take a look at the Epiphone lineup at Winter NAMM. First, let's check out the new signature models. They gave Jared James Nichols his own signature guitar, which I think is really cool. If you don't know the full story on Jared, I first saw him on Fretted Americana's channel when he briefly took the place of Phil X. But he grew up in Wisconsin. About 8 years ago, he moved to LA. He won Gibson's Les Paul Tribute Contest, as well as a few other things, and his career has just been exploding. And he's all over social media. But he's well known for like a Les Paul Custom with just one P90 in it. And the problem is, with the Gibson versions, a lot of people are adverse to paying for them because they're like, why am I paying such a high price? It's just got one pickup here. I want to get more for my money. But let me tell you guys, if you have never played a highly adorned, fancy Les Paul Custom with just one pickup, you need to. There's really something sonically different about them, as well as just how they feel when you play. It's kind of like an acoustic guitar because there's literally nothing in your way. There's no toggle switch, there's no pickup, nothing. You can just hammer out on these things and have a great time. Back a few years ago, I bought a 1 pickup, 2 pickup, and 3 pickup Silverburst Custom from a collector. And ever since owning that 1 pickup version, I can see why Jared plays those guitars. But as a demonstrator of instruments, what I like best about Jared is he's a finger player, so he doesn't use a pick. And I think that's why all these companies are like, hey, come demo our guitars because we know you won't scratch them up when you do. He's also an extremely excellent player, so that helps as well. But what's great about his signature guitar is it has a Seymour Duncan P90 in it, as well as an ebony fretboard, hey, even a stinger on the back of the neck. On top of that, there's the Lzzy Hale White Explorer again. Now you're going to say, hey, didn't they do that for Gibson? Yes, they did. But there's also talks of her baritone one coming from Gibson. Then obviously I reviewed her Dark Explorer very recently, which kind of got some mixed reviews. But I'm really pumped to see the white one get reissued in a less expensive format. Furthermore, Dave Rude of Tesla, he's getting his own white Flying V. I thought it was funny. He was sitting next to Brendan Small. I could see Brendan giving him some hard time. Hey, you copied my Snow Falcon. Yeah, it's pretty much the Snow Falcon again, but now we have red pick guards. You have the output jack in like the 58 style V, and it's kind of a more stringed up lineup. So in a way, that guitar might be better. Personally, for me, I don't really like the red pick guard though. However, the red side marker inlays are kind of cool. Those were the main ones that caught my eye, but there was also the Peter Frampton Les Paul Custom, the Jason Hook Explorer, the Matt Hafey Les Paul, which was a 7-string, the Dio Holy Diver Vivian Campbell Les Paul, and a George Thorogood ES-125 with optional Cobra stick-on. They also had a few awesome ukuleles. They're making one like a Gibson Hummingbird as well as a Les Paul. I'll probably have to buy one of those just for fun. But perhaps the most exciting out of anything I've seen is the new Epiphone Double Cut Pro. This thing is so 70s, it's ridiculous. If I could find one that looked like this, I would have to buy it. The one at the NAMM show featured the Wild Ivy finish, and I thought that was interesting because it brings back memories of that Slash Anaconda burst that had the green and black going on. But I think they've really hit upon something with this new one. It's got an offset body shape, so it's not, symmetrical. More similar to like an SG, how one horn is longer. But it's still very Les Paul in the fact that you still have the toggle switch on the upper bout. But usually when I find an Epiphone attractive, it's when Epiphone is being Epiphone and not just being a cheaper alternative to a Gibson. And that's evident in the Sheraton headstock right here. I'm not a huge fan of the standard Epiphone headstock, but this one I can get behind. Now, it might look a little bit large in comparison to the body, but I love the vine inlay on the headstock as well as the inlays along the neck. I would be very interested in checking one of these out because they have a mahogany body with a flame top veneer, a set neck joint, a Pau Ferro fretboard, a 24 fret 24 3/4 inch scale, and it has the Pro Bucker humbuckers in it with coil splitting. So that tells me that this is a Lada guitar that looks really cool. They offer it in this wild ivy finish, Mojave fade, cherry sunburst, which is super 70s looking, and black cherry. I have a hard time choosing between the fade and the ivy, but I think if I was gonna do a review, unless I could find one in the fade that looked like this, I'd probably have to go with my initial love of the wild ivy. Gibson has also brought back the 80s with their Kramer brand, and hey, we even see some new Steinbergers out. So let's go ahead and hear Jared rock out on his new signature Les Paul Custom. So that about covers it as far as what caught my eye at the Epiphone booth. Is there something that I missed that I shouldn't have missed? Let me know in the comments. But the only question left, which new Epiphone would you rock? Leave your answer down in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you tomorrow on the next episode. Take care.